I've been seeing a lot of debates online about the judgment and justice of God, and a lot of debates surrounding some of the progressive and liberal doctrines that have kind of snuck in and infiltrated the church. And the issue with all of them is the exact same. And it comes from a verse in Psalms, chapter number 50, where God tells David, he says, the problem is that you assume that I'm like you. And that's the problem with all of these discussions and these topics, is they start from the wrong vantage point. They assume that God is like us or should be like us. And rather than saying, no, I'm the creature made in the image of God, we say, no, that God is made in our image. And when God doesn't respond in a way that we think he should, when it says something in the scriptures where we thought maybe he should have done it a different way, we begin to make God into our image and strip away his holiness in an attempt to really make him like us. And that's the problem, is that God is holy. He's separate. And we need to begin these discussions with the holiness of God, that God is not like us. He doesn't think like us. He doesn't do things like us. He's not on our timetables. And when we begin to start with the holiness of God rather than from what we think, I think it changes the whole discussion. And this is the problem with Job, is at the end of Job, Job begins to question why God allowed these things to happen. And God says, hey, stand on your feet and give me an answer. Where were you when I formed the stars? Where were you when I created everything? Hey, can you tell me how this happens? Oh, you can't? Yeah, Job, you don't understand these little things and what makes you think that you know better than me in this circumstance. And just like that, with all of these topics that are floating around with God's justice, with these different doctrines that are coming up in the church, we need to start with the vantage point of God is holy. He's justice, or he is just. He is perfect, and he's not like us. He doesn't think like us. And who are we to say that we know better than God? And so allowing God to define himself from the scriptures rather than what we think about God will change the whole discussion surrounding all of these things.